Welcome, sisters, to another beautiful introduction to Red Tent Goddess Academy. This is the second one we're doing with completely new practices. And I am going to pass it on to Marlu and Lisette from the get-go. These two beautiful ladies have stepped up and said that they wanted to really help women in our Red Tent Goddess sisterhood and women around the world to guide them towards, first off, the Enchantress phase of their life, which is the time period where the nest might be a little bit empty, 40 plus years old, starting to become learning about like the witchy side and the magic side and the spiritual side and connecting to what all that means. A lot of women, and this happens all the time, and I get messages on this all day long, they end up taking care of everybody else throughout their life. And during the Enchantress phase, they start taking care of themselves again and learning what that's like. So the Enchantress phase takes you through all of that. So no matter where you are in your life, this is still a great time period to learn about this. And anyone that's ever been interested in connecting to the goddess, connecting to the divine feminine, and becoming a priestess again, I should say, because a lot of us have been a priestess in the past and we come back to be a priestess in the modern day age. We also have the Priestess Program. So we have two amazing programs happening thanks to these beautiful ladies. And thank you for being here and enjoy. Passing on the mic.
Hi, everybody. I'm Marlu, aka Goddess of Peace and Forgiveness.
And I am Lisette, aka Goddess of Wisdom and Magic.
I'm going to be doing the Enchantress Program. Lisette's going to be doing the Priestess Program. And we have set up a slide for you so that you can understand a little more about the Academy. But before we do, I'd like to mention who we are. Some people have asked, well, who are these people? Well, I'm Marlu. I am the director of Life Heal Soul Coaching Schools. I'm also the Enchantress Program facilitator, and I am a spiritual life coach, self-love coach, and I am the admin of the Self-Love Club on Facebook.
So I am Lisette Lopez, and I am a priestess of Bridget and a priestess of Goddess. And I am also a therapist by profession, a spiritual life coach, a Reiki master of 18 years, and an Akashic reader of 18 years as well. And I am here to welcome all of you to this program.
And we're both working with both programs. Although I am the Enchantress Program facilitator, Lisette will be doing up some of that divination practices towards the 7th and 8th month of the program. She'll be teaching about runes and divination, while I'm also going to be helping her, assisting her in her Priestess Program. So now I'm going to share my screen. And welcome to the Red Tent Goddess Academy, beginning now in April. We at Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood are so excited to bring you educational programs aligned to what we stand for in our world: vision, truth, peace, wisdom, abundance, and so much more. We'd like to introduce you to the Red Tent Goddess Academy trainers: Jaslyn Martin, Goddess of Compassion and Catalyst; Claudia Paccitti, Goddess of Ecstasy and Compassion. And we've introduced ourselves, Marlu and Lisette. The certification programs we're going to talk about are the Enchantress and the Priestess, and I'll tell you about the Enchantress and Lisette will tell you about the Priestess. The Enchantress program integrates intuition in your everyday. So really what I'm trying to do is getting every student to raise their intuition practices and feel that they can trust their own intuition. They will increase their inner peace. I will teach you tools to increase your self-love, so self-care, self-worth, to live a spiritual life. And we begin with that from the get-go. To harmonize your feminine and masculine energies. We'll teach you how to use divination tools. We're going to do inner child work for healing yourself and for healing others. And we will give you the Reiki Level 1 certification. If you don't already have it, when you finish the Enchantress program, you'll have that certification behind you. And you can go on to do Reiki Level 2 and Reiki Level 3 on your own. And of course, you will be granted the Enchantress certification at the end of the program.
In the Priestess program, we will teach you to be a spiritual leader in your community. So you will learn what it's like to hold space for people and be able to be a true leader and represent the goddess in all her ways. You will learn about goddesses from 11 pantheons that's going to shape your spiritual evolution. So I'm going to talk to you about 11 different pantheons, the goddesses in these pantheons, so that you get an opportunity to learn about the goddesses and find a goddess that you might want to work with one-on-one, or maybe more than one, but you will have that opportunity from the education we will give you and the background we will give you on all of these goddesses. You will learn rituals for specific deities. So we will teach you how to connect to certain deities, what kind of rituals and ceremonies you can do to become closer and to be able to manifest with them as well. You'll strengthen your connection to your inner goddess, because we will teach you self-love and how to be not only a priestess to other people, but how to be a priestess to yourself, how to be a true priestess in every way. Once again, you will learn to conduct rituals, also to celebrate rites of passage. So we will teach you how to do hand fastings and how to do croning ceremonies and how to help people through all different stages of their life. You will learn to connect to the goddess that is calling you and how to represent her. And then at the end of the program, you will receive a priestess certification.
Any questions so far? Okay, so I'm going to talk about the Enchantress program. This is my mission, to empower and educate women into developing a spiritual lifestyle of their own creation. So I will help each student create their own spiritual lifestyle, thereby increasing self-love. They will learn to choose love over fear every moment of the day, and they will connect to the innate abilities, their natural abilities. So who is the Enchantress program for? It's for soul leaders, awakened individuals, Wiccans, healers, light workers, spiritual coaches, people who want to learn to strengthen their intuition or who want to practice divination, and anyone who wishes to evolve spiritually. Who will you be after the Enchantress program? You will have the ability to share your knowledge and create masterclasses in the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood. So you will have the opportunity to be part of the moon circles. You will be Reiki 1 practitioners. You will have that certification. You will become an oracle and learn how to use more than 6 divination tools. And you will know how to charge for it if you want to use it for your benefit, financial benefit. You will learn how to communicate with your spiritual guides, your angels, and your animal guides. Your intuition will soar and become part of your day-to-day life. You will create habitual spiritual practices and routines to connect you to the divine. You will increase your self-love and self-confidence like never before. You will learn about your own past lives and how to cut karmic ties. You will break past life vows, agreements, contracts, and curses that no longer serve you. You will improve your communication within relationships surrounding you and within your own head, and begin to work with the law of attraction to manifest abundance in your life. And this last bullet point I want to mention, it's because we're going to be working side to side with a guided journal that's included in this program, which is also included in the Priestess program. We opened it up for them as well. And it's to manifest whatever you want in life. The outline for my program is the Enchantress program. For first month, we're going to be talking about Source. The Source has female and masculine energies, love and light. We're going to talk about how to strengthen your intuition and how to create your own spiritual lifestyle in the second class. In month 2, we're going to talk about nutrition fit spiritual nutrition, and we're going to talk about Ayurvedic nutrition as well. On the second class of the month, in month number 2, we're going to talk about how movement shapes spiritual life. Also, we're going to talk about a little bit about sound, and we're going to talk about some herbal remedies. So it's going to be a little bit about three different things. In month 3, we're going to talk about how sleep and rest help you in your physical life, and how spiritually we can use dreams to interpret things that can happen for us, or we can reach the wisdom of our soul to tap into the memories that our soul has from previous past lives and be able to bring it up so that we can help us in this lifetime. We also will talk about meditation and peace within. In month 4, we're going to talk about self-love and the law of attraction. In month 5, everything about karma. In month 6, it's all about energy, protection, and communication with your spiritual guides and angels. In month 7, we're going to be talking about some different ways of healing with crystals, with the pendulum. We're going to talk about chakras and how to balance them. We're going to talk about acupressure. Month 8 is for those who are not Reiki 1 practitioners, and we're going to give you all of what that you need to become a Reiki 1 practitioner. Month 9, which I'm going to talk about oracle cards and tarot, and that Lisette will be doing with me. Month 10, I am an intuitive palm reader. So I will give you a lot of information of how to read somebody's palm or your own. It won't be everything. You won't have a certification for it, but you will have a really good idea. And we're going to give you more divination practices. In month 11, Lisette's going to speak to you about Akashic Records reading. And I'm going to talk to you about past life regressions, what it entails, and give you information about it. Again, you won't have a certification on becoming a past life regressionist, but you will know enough to know whether you want to go that route. In month 12, we're going to learn about releasing. We're going to talk about what a light worker is, if you're a light worker or not. We're going to do quiz to see if you're a starseed. We're going to talk about different starseeds that we know of. We're going to do an inner child work as a group to help us to connect with our inner child and really take care of any trauma that you've had in your past. And you're going to learn how to do it for other people. And month 13 is the conclusion. I'm going to give you, and Lisette will help with, I'm going to give you some goddesses that maybe can help you in your life, that maybe you can be drawn to working with, and we will graduate you on month 13. Included in the program is a Reiki Level 1 Practitioner certification, the inner child work, which we'll be doing in group setting, and you'll be able to do also when you graduate to other people. We're going to have a support group that's exclusive to the Enchantress Program. And I mentioned before that we're going to have a guided journal that goes along with the Enchantress Program. It is optional. It is not mandatory for you to do. However, very much recommended because it gives you everything about abundance and manifesting that you will want to achieve in your life. And we have opened it up to the Priestess Program as well, so that all people who are in the academy can go into this journal. You can also go and do the manifest journal even if you're not in the academy. So somebody that's interested in doing this year, the 13-month program, and it's self-paced, they can also have this, the last bullet, the journal, by themselves without being in the academy. However, it is included in the academy. The journal is optional but recommended. It has weekly journal prompts and on attracting abundance. It also has weekly abundance affirmations. So you use an affirmation one day and you use it throughout the week. There's challenges, meditations, assignments, tasks, money conversations, We have a monthly group sharing call that you can come to if you want to, and we talk about what you're learning and what's coming up for you. It is available as a independent study, and it is included in both programs. A bonus gift that I will be giving to the Enchantresses is from the 5th month into the program up, you can choose a gift from me. You can either have an intuitive palm reading, or you can have a 3-card past life oracle reading, which will tell you if you're struggling with something, which past life is giving you the problem, what you can do about it, and what your future will look like if you do what the cards say. You will also have 80% off past life regression sessions for the time that you are in the Enchantress program for only $44, which is a value of $220 if you should want to. It is also transferable, so if you don't want it, you can give it as a gift. And it's from the 5th month and up that you can get it. We start this Wednesday. We're going to be meeting twice a month on Wednesdays from 7 to 9:30. It is virtual. We're going to be doing it through Zoom. I will need you to have at least 3 journals. Fourth journal would be for the abundance journal that is recommended. And there might be other things that you might want, but we'll go through it. As we go through it, we'll talk about what other materials you might need.
Okay, and now I'm going to talk about the Priestess Program. So my mission in the Priestess Program is to inspire and empower women to connect to their inner divinity, to be of service to the goddess and to the world around them. Who is the Priestess Program for? So soul-driven individuals. If you are a spiritual person and you're very soul-driven, this program is for you. Awakened individuals who want to reach out to others, to people that are nurturers and supporters. If you are a spiritual coach that you would love to work with women only, this program is for you. Those who have a yearning and want to learn to connect to a goddess or goddesses. Those who want to learn rituals and conduct rites of passage. Anyone who is devoted to or wants to be in service to a goddess. Anyone who wishes to connect to their inner goddess. And this is, of course, a lot of self-care comes into this program. Anyone who wishes to develop their feminine side, and anyone who wants to receive a priestess certification. So who will you be after this priestess program? Okay, so you will have the ability to share your knowledge and create masterclasses in the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood. So this is going to be part of the program that we will be training you on how to do moon circles, as Marlu said, in the Red Tent Goddess circles. And this will prepare you. It's let's call it a mini internship, where you will learn how to hold space and how to really hold, cast a circle, call quarters, how to conduct a moon circle, how to share this kind of experience. You will be a priestess with your own connection to your matron goddess. So you will learn how to connect to a goddess, or maybe more than one goddess, and how to work with that goddess, and how to work with that goddess in every aspect of your life. How to be a spiritual leader in your community. You will learn the rituals and knowledge to become an officiant at either Universal Life Church or any other church if you prefer. You will learn rites of passage, such as hand fasting, baptismal type of services, or christenings, or what we call introduction to the goddess for babies. Death ceremonies, menarche ceremonies, croning, mothering, pregnancies, and end of life, you name it. You will learn all types of rites of passage, and not to mention, you will learn how to conduct ceremonies for high holidays throughout the year, all the different Sabbaths. You will learn banishings and blessings. So you will learn how to help people that have situations that they will come to you. You will be able to address them and help them. If they have negative energy in their home, if they have situations where they need help, you will be the go-to person that can help them and let them know what are the best ways to handle the situation. You will also be able to do blessings. blessings for other people, blessings for homes, blessings for yourself. You will learn. It's up to you if you want to use it, but you will have the knowledge. You will be representing the goddess. So you will be representing the goddess in every way, because not only will you learn about goddesses and rituals, but you will learn deep spirituality, so that when you connect to this program, you are connecting to the goddess and your own inner goddess. So you will learn how to live a magical lifestyle, and a lifestyle that is congruent to goddess spirituality and the divine feminine. You will learn magic and rituals, once again, to help yourself and other people as a spiritual coach. So you'll be able to coach people from a spiritual perspective. You will hold space for people. You will do women's circles, lunar circles, and how to create your own coven if you choose to. I'm going to give you a breakdown of the priestess lesson outlined by month. So every month we will cover a pantheon. So the first month we cover goddesses of the Greek pantheon, and we also cover an introduction. Well, I will give you a full introduction of the program and what it is to be a priestess. The second month will be the Roman pantheon. So we will learn Roman goddesses such as Venus, such as Juno, and many more. Celtic pantheon. Okay, on the third month, you will learn about Bridget, you will learn about the Cailleach, you will learn about Rhiannon, and many other Celtic, the Morrigan, and many other Celtic goddesses. Fourth month, you will learn about the Norse pantheon. Here, we're going to cover Hel, we're going to cover Freya and Frigga, and many others. The fifth month, we learn the African pantheon, or Orishas, and here we will learn about Ochun, Yemaya, and all of the different goddesses, Oya, that are part of what we call the African pantheon. In the sixth month, you will learn the Hindu pantheon. Here we talk about Lakshmi, we talk about Durga and Kali, and many more. In the seventh month, we cover the Egyptian pantheon, and here you will get to know Isis, you will get to know Bast, and many other goddesses. In the eighth goddess, you will learn, in the eighth month, you will learn the goddesses of the Gnostic and the Hebrew. So here we're going to cover Mary Magdalene, we're going to cover Sophia, we're going to cover the Shekinah, and many goddesses, Asherah, and many goddesses that you might not even be aware that it's pretty much a pantheon of its own. In the ninth month, we'll learn about Russian Slavic pantheon, and here we'll learn about Baba Yaga and many more. The 10th month, we cover goddesses of the Far East. And here we will become acquainted to Tara and Kuan Yin and Benzai Ten, Amaterasu, and many other goddesses. In the 11th month, we learn goddesses of the ancient world. And here we're going to learn about Ellen of the Ways. We're going to learn about Ereshkigal, Astarte, and Inanna, and many other goddesses of the Paleolithic era and the Mesopotamian era and Babylonian era. In the 12th month, we learn about Native American goddesses. So here I introduce you to Grandmother Spider. I introduce you to Buffalo Calf Woman and many more. Not to mention also goddesses like Ishel from South and Central America. You will learn about them too. And in the 13th month, it's the conclusion of the program and your graduation, and you take your final vows as a priestess if you choose to. Included in the program. So you find out what goddesses wants to work with you. We will go over that and how to know if a goddess is reaching out to you, how to work with her, how to perform rituals to specific deities. So each deity will have rituals and ceremonies that are unique to that deity. We will cover a lot of those deities and how to work with them specifically. I will teach you how to construct an astral temple. So you will learn how to put together an astral temple that is all your own, where you will have protection when you do meditations and journeys. And I will explain to you how to do it. And each astral temple is as unique as you are. You will learn how to master the techniques of lucid dreaming and be able to use it to connect to your deceased loved ones, your guides and goddesses you will be working with throughout the year. And I will teach you techniques to be able to do lucid dreaming and be able to interpret dreaming as well, and how to know if your guides and your loved ones are reaching out to you through your dreams. I will teach you a little bit of magic, such as kitchen magic, herbs for healing, herbs that will connect you to the different goddesses, manifestation magic. You will learn simple magic that you can do at home. I will teach you about hedge witchery, how to connect to the elementals, how to connect to spirit guides and goddesses. And when I mean elementals, I mean all of the different elemental beings, the divas in plants, and I'm talking about fairies. So you will learn a lot about that and how to connect and how important they can be to ceremonial magic and to your everyday life. You will also have an exclusive support group. Just like Marlu, we will meet once a month. This is optional, but highly recommended because this is your moment to be able to ask questions and have support from your fellow priestesses. So this is, I think, a very important part of the program because it helps connect you to, connect us all to each other. You will have access to my email and to Marlu's, to instructors' emails if you have questions, if you have concerns. And you will also have the access to the Enchantress Manifest Journal, which is part of the Academy. The bonus gifts in the Priestess Program. Upon registering, you will receive an oracle card reading of wisdom from the goddess who wishes to work with you on your personal development. So in this card reading, it doesn't mean that this is specifically your matron goddess, but it is a goddess that would like to work with you, who maybe be a type of guide for you throughout the program. So this will be your first connection to a goddess for many of you. You will receive a free 40-minute Akashic reading to be scheduled after 3 months of beginning the program. This is a reading that I will do for you to clarify and help you find out what kind of priestess you are. So this is where you get to find out maybe a little bit about your past lives, or maybe a little bit about why you want to be a priestess and what kind of priestess path are you most aligned to. And we will find out during that reading.
May I add that the oracle card reading can be done right away. So if you're registered already, reach out to me through WhatsApp and I'll get it done for you.
Yeah, Marlu will be your oracle card reader guide. So the Priestess Program starts on April 10th, and the days are going to be the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month. We will meet twice a month. The time is 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, except the first class, it will be from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, so on the 10th, we will start at 4 o'clock from 4 to 7. And it's only this class. Maybe that class could be a little bit longer because it is an introduction class, so that is why it's a little longer, but the rest of them will be from 10 to 12:30. The location is virtual via Zoom. Lessons will be recorded if you cannot make it. Materials you need are going to be a journal, writing utensils. Throughout the program, I will ask you to get candles of different colors and matches and things to put together an altar. And I will explain that to you in the first lesson. You will want to have a mini altar in order to be able to do magical work and to do connection with goddesses. So we will go over that in the introduction. And a beautiful goddess box to store your materials. So I'm going to give you now a sample. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Marlu is going to give you a sample of the Enchantress Program.
And then you're going to give us.
And then I'll give you a sample of the Priestess Program.
Okay. So a sample that I'm going to give you today is from the Karma unit, which is one of the months that I'm going to be giving. And it's in class, we go over the 12 karmic laws, and one of them is the law of attraction. But today we're going to go over law number 4, the law of cause and effect, which is given on this 5th month of the program. And we will go over what that means to you. You'll be able to recognize a karmic relationship and do a card cutting if you need to. We're going to do it together. That's our activity for today. So what's karma? In Sanskrit, it means act, action, or word. The law of karma teaches us that all of our thoughts, words, and actions begin a chain of cause and effect, and that we will personally experience the effects of everything we cause. So all our actions, all our thoughts, all our words have energy, and whatever the intention we use it with is going to come right back to us. That is the law of karma. It has no menu. You get served what you deserve. So the law of cause and effect. Cause is what you have done. Effect is what makes your present and future. So what you have done unto others in past lives or in this one creates an agreement with that soul. It also creates a tie. It creates a cord. It could be a very thin cord or it could be a thick cord. And it's an effect. It gives an effect because of the karmic agreement that you caused. It makes your present and your future. How to make sure your future agreements are positive. Consciously acting from loving kindness to yourself and others instantly reweaves the present and future karmic agreements into greater pathways of empowerment and unfoldment. So pretty much I teach you how to create an intention to change that effect. So what is a karmic relationship? A karmic relationship is one that's filled with all-consuming passion, but is extremely difficult to maintain. There are opportunities to learn something about yourself that you never knew before, as well as the most significant life lessons in love, not exclusive to romantic partners. What this means is the karmic relationship is there for a reason. There is a lesson for you to learn. And if you move from that karmic relationship and you don't learn a lesson, you're going to end up having another karmic relationship until you get to learn that lesson. It can grip both partners tightly, and despite the damage done to both, they don't seem to be able to let go of each other, even though everybody around them is telling them to end it. It can also be one-sided or codependent. So what's the difference between soulmates and karmic relationships? Karmic relationships teach you about the world and others, whereas your soulmates help you learn your self-worth. So think about soulmates as people who help you in life. They're your soul sisters. They help you. They raise you up. Whereas karmic relationships are big lessons about the world. You feel good, balanced, and happy in a soulmate relationship. But in a karmic relationship, at some point, you will feel like something is just not right. No, your soul provides karmic experiences for others that you may be unaware of. Sometimes you receive the lesson, and sometimes you give the lesson. So how to recognize a karmic relationship? They tend to end slowly in stages. You will break up many times on and off, returning again because you can't bear to be apart. You will try every which way to fix yourself and to change them, using every resource you can think of. You will recognize that you cannot be your higher self in the relationship. In other words, that person may not want you to do something that really does not resonate with you, that you really want to do. For example, be the best mom you can be to your children, or the best daughter to your mom. And that person doesn't allow you to. And the relationship no longer serves you. You don't find that that relationship is giving you anything in return. You're giving more than what you're getting. So how to walk away? How do you walk away from a karmic relationship? You have to recognize the lesson. This is super important. If you just walk away and you don't recognize what the lesson is, you're going to have more of these karmic relationships come up in your life. So try not to draw the lesson from a place of anger or blame, but instead take full responsibility for your actions and your role in the relationship to restore balance in your life. So how you do that is you recognize, okay, I have something to do with it. Yeah, he might be a jerk, or he might have done this and that, or he might have hurt me in some way, but I allowed it in which way? Which way did I allow this to happen? How did I get to this point? Like, find a way that you can take full responsibility for it. Then you can do a cord cutting ritual and then focus on you. So once you do the cord cutting ritual, which we'll go through now, you're going to focus on you. You're going to find your self-worth and your self-respect. You're going to allow yourself time to be alone and to grow from that experience. If you rush too quickly into another romance, you'll likely fall into the same karmic patterns. So you'll have a different face with the same type of karmic relationship because you still have to learn that lesson. When unsteady, when you don't know if you can walk away, remember that you deserve a healthy relationship and that karmic relationships are toxic. This is very hard for a lot of people to just walk away from. So what is cord cutting? The cord cutting is the energetic process of cutting negative and fear-based attachments from your life experience to prevent them from continuing to block your energy, vitality, and well-being. Everybody that you meet, you have a little cord with. It's an energetic cord. You don't see it. It can be very thin. Even the person that serves your table in the restaurant, that you could have some kind of cord with. So when you have a relationship with someone, the more time you spend with that person and the more lessons that you learn with that person, the thicker the cord becomes. Because we are women, our womb has a lot of energy, and it creates a lot of energy, more than any man. And you don't have to have a womb. You could have had a hysterectomy. You could be in menopause, or you could even be a man that became transgender and became a woman, and still be able to, because you have that feminine energy within you, you still can have more energy bringing it in than the man does. And the thickness of that cord, it depends on the relationship that you've created with that person. But when you cut the cord and you learn your lesson, you can break free from that karmic bond forever. You do not necessarily leave or completely detach from the person or object, but rather you're detaching from the aspect of negative energy that is corded. So in the cord, you have toxic energy. I'm sure you're also going to have other cords with that person, mental cords, spiritual cords. But that physical cord, you can break it. When you release a cord into the light, you're no longer energetically engaged with that pattern of negativity. So what I mean by that is, within the vision, the cord cutting, you will release the cord into the light, and you will no longer be corded with that person. Unhealthy cords can develop within families or with friends, colleagues, and even pets. Can you open the door? Someone's there. So if your pet is having a separation anxiety issues, or if you have an ex-lover, friend, or family member who is experiencing neediness, they may be corded to you in an unhealthy way. They may be creating low energy within you, creating draining energy, vibrational feelings of guilt, sadness, regret, etc., without realizing. These can be alleviated by a cord cutting and can promote an energetically healthier relationship. So you can cut cords and still have a good relationship with the person. You don't have to always cut cords. You can also make a cord be inactive, so you can come back. And you may decide not to cut cords with someone. You may decide that that cord just can be useful to you, where you can use that cord to send positive energy, loving energy, and forgiveness energy to that person. So this is, I got this from the internet. I wanted to show you that positive cords have vibrant colors, and that negative cords are gray and dark. They're damaged. They're negative energy that show up as gray and black cords. And by removing the negative and damaged cords, you can work on healing your relationship in general with that person. And for example, these two people here have dark cords. She can, or he can, cut a cord or render one of the cords inactive, and then make it into a relationship that has positive cords. So you can make that relationship change using the energy through the cords. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a cord cutting activity. So before we do the cord cutting activity, and I'm going to stop sharing a minute so I can see you. I want you to think about a relationship that you have with someone who is giving you trouble, or that you're having you that you're having some kind of discomfort with, some kind of struggle. Let's say, I want you to think about a person. Let's say a man, an ex-husband, an ex-boyfriend, somebody that has maybe a boss, someone. It could be someone in the restaurant that talked to you badly. Every time you go into that restaurant, you're having a bad relationship with that person, is bossy or bullying you. Just think about that person. Okay, that's the person that we're going to do the card carding with. So this is what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to guide you. First, we're going to ground ourselves. We're going to do breathing exercise. We're going to ground ourselves, and then we're going to imagine that person in front of us. We are going to ask that person in our minds to forgive us for anything we've caused to them, anything that we might have done without knowing to them. And then we're going to ask their forgiveness. I'm going to imagine that we have a cord with that person, and it could be from your gut to his gut or her gut. And imagine a golden shear cutting it, grabbing that cord. That person gives you the cord, and you're going to put it in a violet flame, and you're going to watch it go up in smoke, in flames. And then you're going to thank the spirit guides that are around us. So that's pretty much what we're going to do, and we're going to do this in about 8 minutes or so. Are you ready? Yeah? Okay, do you have the person that you want to cut cords with? And if you decide not to cut the cord, that is okay. When I tell you, imagine the golden shear to cut it, you may decide to just put like a knot on it, so that you can come back to that cord at some point and unknot it and give that person good energy, or give that person something coming from you. Remember too that you can use that cord to bring back that energy that person took from you. Whenever you have anger problems, whenever you have a fight, one person steals energy from the other. And if that person continually is the one that is grabbing energy from you, you can get that energy back from that cord. You can ask that cord to the spirit guides of that person and yours to bring through that cord back your energy, reinstitute that energy to you, recall that energy back to you, so you can empower yourself that way. And you might want to do that before you cut the cords. So if you haven't done that and you want to do that, instead of cutting the cord, imagine a knot tightly surrounding it. And then later on, you can go back, unknot it, bring back your energy, and then cut it. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay. All right, so get comfortable. Sit back, put your back against the chair, close your eyes, put your hands on your lap, and breathe in deep through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to do this 3 times, and the third time will be with a sigh. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and sigh. Keeping your eyes closed, imagine you have in front of you that person that you imagined earlier. And that person is just looking at you, has no feelings against you. There's no energy being given to you. It's that person's energy is neutral. I want you to ask your guardian angels and spirit guides, and that person's guardian angels and spirit guides, to be part of this circle that we are creating, this bubble that we are creating around you and that person. So you can imagine your spirit guides and the person's spirit guides circling both of you with a cord that is somewhere in your body. It could be in your head, your heart, or your gut, or even your throat. and is going over to the other person and attaching itself. It's attached to that person in another place in that person's physical body. So look at that dark gray or black cord, the thickness of it, and then ask your spirit guides and that person's spirit guides to give you the energy and the assistance so that you can ask forgiveness and that person can forgive you and that you can forgive that person. So looking at that person as if that person was in the mirror, ask that person, let the person know that you did not mean to do that person any harm, that there was no way that you wanted to have a dark relationship or a toxic relationship with them. And anything you did, anything you said, anything you thought that made any damage to him or her, you want to ask forgiveness for. Imagine that person closing the eyes and smiling and opening their arms and accepting your forgiveness, accepting you with forgiveness. And then imagine those things that person did to you and forgiving them and saying, I forgive you, but I no longer accept this kind of toxic relationship in my life. And therefore, I don't wish us to have this kind of relationship. I want us to have positive, loving, or neutral conversations from here on. And so that when we envision each other as souls and not physical beings, as spirits that have come to earth to teach each other a lesson. And we will think about the lessons that we have learned here at this time. What did I learn from you? What do you learn from me? It is important to think about the lesson before you cut. What did I learn from you? What did you learn from me? Now is the moment that you can either put a knot on it with a big red bow, big red knot right in the middle. And give the intention that any other silver threads that are attached to that person become colorful and loving, compassionate, understanding, and that you can empathize with each other and have a relationship that serves both of you. So imagine those cords colorful, no longer gray, no longer silver, no longer black, the colors of your preference. And if you should choose to, visualize a big golden shear that comes and cuts the cords. And with that cutting of the cords, you see a limp cord from that person's physical body and your own. And you may pull yours, and in the space that it held, you're going to fill it up with love, because you cannot leave that space empty. You're going to fill that space in your body with love. You're going to take that piece of cord that you have, and you're going to ask that person to give you their cord. And they will pull it and give you the cord. And you will help that person bring that space full of love. So that you can transmute that negative energy to positive energy for that person. And now with both pieces of the cords, his or hers and yours, you are going to place it on a violet flame with love and with the intention of only having positive thoughts for each other. And you see these cords go up in flame, in ashes, and fly up to a point where they no longer exist. And now you thank your spirit guides and you thank that person for being there for you at this moment, for being receptive. And thank your spirit guides and that person's spirit guides for being present. And then breathe in and breathe out. And whenever you are ready, you can come back. Any questions? Is everybody back? Okay. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen.
Would anyone like to share their experience? In the chat box, we have Connie asking, did anyone else fill the empty spot with flowers? And we also have Melanie saying, I feel so much lighter.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we had this wonderful cord cutting exercise, we're going to now talk a little bit about the experience of a sample of the priestessing program. Okay, so questions and answers of the Enchantress, anybody? No? Okay, so we're going to go to the goddesses of the Greek pantheon. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a sample of a portion of the second class of the priestess program. So in the first class, we're going to do an introduction to priestessing, an introduction to the program. We're going to talk a little bit about the Greek pantheon, but now in the second class is when we're going to talk further about the goddesses.
Hold on, ladies, hold on. We can't see anything. It says Marlou and Lisette has started screen sharing, but we can't see the slides yet.
Oh.
Maybe
okay,
you haven't
sorry.
clicked screen or something?
Let me give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and go back
And go back. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, I'm going to start again.
Okay.
Share screen.
Perfect, yes.
Can you see it now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So meet the goddesses we're going to cover today. So today I'm going to talk about 3 goddesses that are part of the Greek pantheon. And we're going to be covering these goddesses, which is goddess Demeter, goddess Persephone, and goddess Hecate. So who is Demeter? Demeter is the mother of Persephone. She's the goddess of harvest, agriculture, and the fertility of the earth. And she is one of the principal goddesses of the Greek pantheon. So if you've ever heard of the Eleusinian mysteries, this is the goddess Demeter as well as Persephone are part of that, and we will cover that more in depth in the second class. Goddess Kor. Goddess Kor is the goddess that is the daughter of goddess Demeter. She is Persephone's original name. Okay, so Persephone, when she was a maiden and not yet the queen of the underworld, her name was Kor. She became Persephone when she was abducted by Hades to become his wife and queen of the underworld. Okay, as Kor, she was a goddess of vegetables and fruits, also the harvest. Wherever she walked, flowers would rise up under her feet. Now, one thing I want to talk about goddess Kor, and I'm going to go a little further into it when we talk about goddess Kor as Persephone, but there are many different interpretations of the myth of when goddess Kor became Persephone. So in some myths, she was abducted by Hades. In some, she came willingly and they actually fell in love. And in some, she hated him. So we're going to learn about all these different myths and your perception of Persephone and how it's significant for us women. Okay, so we'll talk a lot about that when we do the second class. Goddess Persephone. So here she is, queen of the underworld, wife of Hades. She ate 6 pomegranates to stay in the underworld. Okay, she spends 6 months in the underworld, which is from autumn to winter, and then spends 6 months with her mother on earth. Demeter then allowed spring and summer to happen. So Demeter, her mother, was so distraught at her beautiful maiden, daughter being taken to the underworld that in her grief, in her search for Persephone and to try to get her daughter back, she became so grief-stricken that the entire world, when it was pretty much dying, it was winter, the trees were not bearing fruit, there was nothing but cold and snow. And it wasn't until Persephone was able to come back from the underworld that spring and summer came again. So that is the significance of why Persephone comes back from the underworld. And we're going to talk about that more in depth, but I want you to understand that Persephone, being Hades' wife, had the opportunity to leave the underworld and go back to being with her mom. But because there was love between them, because she did like the
Hello? Did it get paused for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Lissa, we can't hear you.
husband being queen of the underworld and 6 months with her mother.
Lissa, can you go back a little bit? Because there's something skipped for a second. Just repeat.
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay. To go back to the explanation of Persephone.
You cut off.
Just the last few sentences. That's it.
Okay. So what I was saying is that because there is the love that there was between Persephone and Hades in a lot of legends, it was said that she did not want to leave her husband, but at the same time, she did want to be with her mother and loved her mother and did not want the world to be in forever winter and forever barren. So she ate 6 pomegranates, 6 seeds of the pomegranate fruit when she was in the underworld in order to secure that she could stay in the underworld for 6 months. Because for every pomegranate seed that she ate, it was a month in the underworld. So that's why she is 6 months in the underworld, which is what we call winter and fall, and 6 months in the upper world, which is what we call spring and summer. So that is the significance of Persephone and the pomegranates. In the program, when we cover the goddesses of the Greek pantheon, I'm going to teach you also a magical ritual using pomegranate seeds, and it's a blessing for yourself, how to bless yourself using the energy of Persephone. So something that we will cover.
Lissa, we can't see the screen again. For some reason, it's a black screen. Everybody else having this issue?
I can see it.
You can see it? Oh, it's just me now. All right, as long as somebody can see it.
But please let us know if
Yeah, if you can't see it, let us know. Okay. Can you see it now, Jasmine?
Nope, I don't know what's going on with me.
Okay, can everyone else see it?
Oh, okay, okay, it's getting there. It's loading for me, but it'll get there. Thank you.
Oh, okay, you're welcome. So now we're going to talk a little bit about goddess Hecate. Okay, so who is Hecate? She is the goddess of magic and witchcraft. She helped and comforted Persephone in the underworld. So she's a very significant goddess. She is a goddess that is a liminal goddess. So she is a goddess of the crossroads between this life and the next. She is a goddess that helps souls be able to cross, especially people that die in a tragic way, or that they have committed suicide, or that they died in unnatural forms. Hecate surrounds their soul, protects them, gives them healing, and gives them passage to the afterlife. So she is what we call a liminal goddess or a psychopomp goddess. She helps spirits cross, and she is also someone that you can call for protection and connection. I added her here because she's very integral to the story of Persephone and Demeter. So she's very significant.
So the screen, sorry to interrupt, ladies, but the screen is black. And a lot of people are just frozen on the Persephone slide. So I don't know if it's just not loading properly.
Oh,
but,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
well, now we're going to do the journey. So.
Okay. So I had showed a picture of Hecate. Did you get to hear me? Did you hear my explanation or no?
We heard you perfectly.
Yeah, I can hear you
did?
perfect.
Okay.
It's just visually we can't see anything.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the internet. Sorry about that. Well, we could always go back and show the slides you missed afterwards. What we're going to do now is we're going to talk a little bit about journeying and guided meditation. So what is the difference between a guided meditation and a journey? Okay, a shamanic journey. So a guided meditation is where I will talk and lead you through a meditation, okay, where I'm going to guide you step by step. That's a guided meditation. And I tell you what you're going to be seeing, what you're going to be experiencing. In a journey, okay, which is what we're going to experience today, a journey consists of, usually it's either rattles or drumming. And the significance of it is that it gives you an opportunity to have an encounter with the goddess on your own. So the way that we're going to do this is, oh, one thing I wanted to add, when you do a shamanic journey, you will find that your connection to the goddess, to the spirit guide, or to whatever spiritual being you are trying to connect to is going to be stronger, because your brain waves will automatically go into an alpha state. Okay, the act of the drumming helps to catapult you into that type of brainwave activity, which is different from a guided meditation. A guided meditation, you can still reach an alpha state, but it takes a little bit longer. With the drumming, it's a more direct way to do it. So it's more powerful, in my opinion. But you're going to have an experience. You're going to be able to see for yourself. So I'm going to explain to you what the journey is about, and then we're going to go ahead and put a 10-minute drum track, where then you will start the journey on your own. And when the drums become a little faster, okay, then the drumming will be a little faster, and then at that point, then you will come back from the journey. Okay, so my goal with you today in this journey is that you get an opportunity to go into the underworld, okay, and that you get a chance to connect to Persephone and to Hecate in the underworld. You will also meet your animal ally. Okay, your animal ally is a spirit guide in animal form. Okay, so it could be a wolf, it could be a snake, it could be a bird, it could be a cat, it could be any animal that's going to come to you in the journey. So we start the journey by you going to a temple. You're going to visualize a temple in your mind. Okay, a temple that is going to look like a Greek style temple. Okay, it's nighttime in your journey, and once you are in this temple, you're going to see a door. You're going to be opening the door, and you're going to be going down a flight of stairs. Okay, a winding stairs that goes down. When you reach the bottom of the stairs, you're going to see yourself in a dark cavern with torches on the sides of the cavern. You're going to see an animal. The animal is going to come to you, and you'll be able to identify who that animal is. Okay, so whatever animal comes to you, do not second guess it. Just know that this is an animal ally spirit that has come to work with you. That animal ally will lead you down this cavern, okay, until you see a goddess with a torch in her hand. And as you can see, that will be Hecate. Hecate will then comfort you, surround you, and guide you till you reach Persephone. You will see Persephone sitting in a throne, and next to her will be a bonfire, okay, a pit full of fire. And what you're going to be doing is, I want you to go ahead and whatever part of yourself you would like to get rid of, if there's something about you that you don't like, that you'd like to change, maybe it's a habit that you have, a habit you'd like to break, or it could be something that bothers you about yourself. In other words, a shadow part of yourself. Okay, this is an aspect of shadow healing. You're going to focus on it, and you're going to visualize that part of yourself going into the fire, whichever way you want to visualize it. If you want to visualize it as a stone that you're throwing into the fire, if you want to visualize it in any which way you want, you're going to cast it into the fire. And then Persephone will then wrap her arms around you and heal you completely. You will see white light filling your body, covering you in that warm white light, loving embrace from Persephone that will fill whatever holes are left from that shadow self that you are casting into the fire, or that part of yourself that you would like to get rid of. So in other words, you will feel integrated and healed by the loving embrace of Persephone. Once you do that, she will then give you either a message or she will give you a gift, something for your healing. Okay. After that part of the journey, you will say goodbye to Persephone, and you will be accompanied by the same animal ally that took you to her and Hecate. They will guide you through the cavern. You will say goodbye to both of them, go up the stairs and back into this Greek temple. Okay, when you open the door, you'll find yourself in the Greek temple. It'll be nighttime once again. And then you will imagine yourself back into your seat. And that will be the end of the journey. Before we start, does anybody have any questions? Is this clear? Any questions? Anything that you wanted me to clarify before we start? No?
And so the journey is done by the person. You're not going to guide them, and it's going to be more powerful because it's individual, correct?
Right. Right.
And if we forget something, or we don't get the right temple, it's all just depends on what we want and what we're going through. We don't have to try to remember what is the Lisette said, right? We can just go through our process. Okay.
That's what makes this journey so powerful, because even though I'm guiding you and I'm explaining to you what the journey is about, the journey is very personal. It's all yours. So if you don't want to envision a Greek temple and you want to see yourself in the middle of a field, that's good too. So whatever way you want to experience this journey is all yours. It's you and the goddesses and your connection to them. I'm just giving you a general, guide on how to do it, but it's all up to you how you want to experience this journey. Does that make sense? Okay, so we're going to start the drumming. The drumming is going to start slow. It's going to then speed up toward the end. So when you start to hear the drums getting faster, and you will hear them getting faster and faster and faster, that just means the journey is ending. So all you want to do is make sure to just say goodbye and retrace your steps the same way you got there so that you can get out. That's basically what that means. Okay.
What if a person falls asleep?
If you fall asleep, it's okay. You're still, your soul is still experiencing the journey, even if it's in your subconscious. So you're still getting benefits from it, even if you're asleep. And since this is being recorded, you could always play this back if you want at a later date and do the journey again if you so choose. So not a problem. Okay, so stress-free. This journey is to be enjoyed and to be experienced as a spiritual experience. Okay. All right, Jaslyn, whenever you want, you can start the drumming. I'd like you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. And start relaxing and get ready for this journey. So you're going to visualize yourself in the temple, and your journey starts now. Okay, ladies, hopefully you're back from the journey, back into the room, back into your surroundings. Take a deep breath. Nice cleansing breath now that you're back. Okay, I'm gonna give you about a minute if you have something to write with, if you want to write down some, anything important that you learned from the journey, so that you have that for yourself. Okay, let me know when you're all caught up and you've been able to write down some aspects of the journey. Okay, is it okay for me to go on? Don't want to give everybody an opportunity. If you want to write something down.
Yep, I think we're good.
We're good? Okay. All right. Marlu, can you share the screen again?
I think it's better if
I can do
Jasmine
it.
does.
Oh, yeah, okay, perfect.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Next slide.
Next slide. Okay.
This is up to Jasmine now.
Okay, so Jocelyn, do you want to explain this part?
Oh, I guess it's me time. All right. So outside of the amazing Enchantress program and the Priestess program that Marlu and Lisette have put together, we are going to be coming up with other courses throughout the year. So this isn't like you have to join now and you won't get anything else. Like, this is going to be a constantly ever-growing membership, and it is a membership. So you're going to get the Enchantress program or the Priestess program. You're going to get the journal prompts that Marlu put together for over 365 days. And then you're also going to get all kinds of other live courses that you can come and join from time to time. And we're going to have unlimited studies as well, which I'll talk about that in a few seconds. So some of the live courses coming up this year is going to be the Reiki Healing Practitioner Certification for level 1, level 2, master level. And we have a 12-week goddess training that we're working on, a Sacred Feminine Coach Certification program, and so much more to come. And if there's anything that you're particularly interested in when you join the membership, you can let us know, and we can start adding that into the calendar for this year or the upcoming year. So the unlimited studies is also called the independent courses. And these are all self-paced. You can come join them and get out of them whenever you want. And some of them that are going to be coming up soon is going to be the 30-day self-love journey, which is practically almost fully created and will be out in the next few weeks. The 21-day meditation journey. There's different female archetype journeys. We have the maiden female archetype journey already created, and we're working on the mother, the enchantress, and the crone archetype journey, which is a 3-month journey for each one of them. I am working on a menstrual cycle connection journey, and it will also be connected to a moon cycle connection journey, which is you connecting with your menstrual cycle, how to track it, how to make sure when you're ovulating, when you're not, when to have sex if you want a baby, when to not have sex if you want a baby, all the things about menstrual cycle, what to eat, what to exercise, each phase, what PMS and endometriosis, and all these things are going to be part of that. We have an intuitive palm reading certification program. So in the Enchantress program, you get like a mini palm reading, but this is going to be the full-on certification program. So if you want more, whether you're in the Enchantress or the Priestess, you can take this. And then we'll also have, Marlu has a holistic life coach certification program that how long of a journey?
It's 6 months.
So it's a 6-month journey, and you get certified as a life coach. And that's by, help me out here.
Life Health Soul Coaching Schools.
and you get a certification that is legit, ready to go. You can use that wherever you go. So far, who is interested in the Academy? If you can share in the chat so that we know, we can send you more details on it later, please let us know. And for anyone that's watching the replay, you can send an email at love@redtentgoddess.com. And you can also, if you're watching the live on Facebook, then you can go ahead and write it in the comments or send me a DM. So tuition fees, so that you know how much all this costs. We have all kinds of plans ready for you girls. So if you want one live program, if the Enchantress Program or the Priestess Program called to you at this moment, then just one of them, then you can join the 188 per month if you're a member of the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood. If you're not a member of the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood, then it's 222 per month for the one live program, with whether it's the Enchantress or the Priestess. And both of them do come with unlimited independent courses. So we already have some on the site, and you can come and join them and get out of it whenever you want. And of course, one of them is going to be that manifesting journal prompt, that 365 days, okay? Now, if you want both programs, if you're like, I can't choose, I want both of them, then what you could do is, instead of paying 188 twice, you can pay 333. So it's pretty much like a BOGO deal, because either way, the courses themselves, if you weren't to do the membership and you weren't going to get the unlimited independent courses and all this stuff, what you'd end up doing is paying for the Enchantress or the Priestess Program. Both of them are 3,663 in total. So you're actually getting a buy one, get one deal when you do the 333 per month. You're just paying 3,663 in a year for both programs. So it's a buy one, get one deal. And if you want one program, you get the 188 per month. So you're already saving so much by joining the membership, or the 222. So if you're not a member of the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood, you can become a part of it. We have a 30-day free trial for you to check it out. And then you need to stay in it to also get the 188. So it's 27 plus 188, which saves you, I believe it's like $7 to $12. Like, math is not the best at it. So you do end up saving a little bit more if you're not part of the sisterhood and you want to be. And the sisterhood comes with a new moon event, a full moon event, and it comes with 1, 2, sometimes even 3. This is a month that we're having 3 master classes, and you have the opportunity to also step up. We are looking for the people that are taking the Enchantress Program and taking the Priestess Program in particular are going to have the opportunity, the first opportunity, VIP opportunity, to do a masterclass yourself in the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood. So all of this and more is coming your way. There's a lot of beautiful practices. And if you want just the unlimited independent studies, so the manifesting journal prompts, the Maiden's Journey, the Red Tent Goddess Initiation Program, the 30-day self-love journey, and all these things, it's only $111 per month. And for those, no live program, no Enchantress or Priestess, you can send me a message and I can get that handled for you. Now, this does start, so the Enchantress Program starts on April 7th, and the Priestess Program starts on April 10th. So we only have a few days, and I really do ask that you girls do sign up, if possible, today or tomorrow. And the reason for that is because on Monday, I will be sending everyone to make sure that, like, you're in the programs correctly, you have the emails, you know what's going on, you know what bonuses you have, and getting everything ready for you. You have the Zoom links so that the day comes and I don't have to go absolutely crazy. So it would be amazing. And then you can also make sure you get the Zoom link and so on and so forth. Outside of all of this, we also have a a Wix group. It has an app and everything on your phone where you can have the challenges on your phone. You can check out what's going on with the courses. You'll be able to message everybody for any questions that you have or anything that you'd like to add in the Enchantress Program and the Priestess Program. Anything else that I am missing, ladies? You're muted. I will add one more thing while they unmute themselves, that if you're freaking out about the price and this just is not a good price for you, please just send me a message if you're really interested, but just do not have the money at this time period, because we do have some scholarship opportunities and some partial scholarships, and we're willing to work with you on whatever it is if you're like freaking out, but you know you want to do this, okay? So please, I really do ask, we're not here to make money and take away from you. We're here to help each other. That's the whole point of the Red Sun Goddess Academy, because a lot of us understand that throughout time, women get lost in other things in our lives, and we forget to take care of ourselves, and we forget to do our purpose. So this is an opportunity for you to step up and be able to do your purpose, be the light worker that you were meant to be, feed your soul in a way that really does feed your soul versus just doing it for somebody else. And if you feel called to this, we're here to help you. This isn't a pay us moment. It's not a way for us to, we are doing this because this allows us to pay for our bills. Trust me, we did the math 100 times over, and we do this just enough for us to succeed in this and to give you the most that we can. So I hope you girls see the beauty in what Marlou and Lisette have created, and Claudia and I have created in the Red Sun Goddess Sisterhood, and we're trying to give you girls as much as possible. Yes, interested.
Just wanted to add real quick that besides everything that Jaslyn mentioned, we also have the support group that's for Marlou has one and I have one for both programs. So to give you as much support as we possibly can throughout the program, so that it's not just you coming to class and learning, but also feeling that you are supported in every way by your classmates, by us. You know, you will have a lot of support throughout the program. Just wanted to add that.
And there is a disclaimer of there are additional hours of practice that are going to be a part of this outside of just the hours that are in class, where there will be meditations, there will be the journal prompts. If you end up doing unlimited studies, then you have unlimited studies. So you get to decide on your time period of how much you put in, how much you put out, and how much you get in this. So if you can't come to an event, by the way, there are replays as well. So everything was really on you on how much you get from this, but we've given you all the tools and more to succeed in anything that you'd like to at this point, okay? And we are here to support your growth, not add any stress to your life. So it's all about if your heart calls you to it. And I will mention that the Enchantress program has like 2 seats left, I believe. So if you're interested in the Enchantress program, please let us know, because we do have a cutoff for the Enchantress program in particular. And the Priestess program has about 6 seats left, if I remember correctly. So a few more in that one, but the Enchantress program only has 2. So help us out. Let me know in advance if you're interested so I can make sure that you're in. And thanks for coming. So I'll stop sharing and I'll leave it open for any questions, concerns, anything that you'd like to ask. This is your opportunity. For the scholarship people in particular, please message me and I'll put my number. I'm a WhatsApp girl in particular. And I will also put the email in case you have any questions.
I think someone had a question about what Akashic Records was.
Okay, so somebody had a question about did you want more information on what is the Akashic Records? Is that what you wanted to know?
Let me see who it was.
Let me see, who was it that?
Oh, I think it was Jaslyn.
Was it you, Jaslyn, that asked about the Akashic Records?
No, somebody else did, and I was giving them a little bit of information. So you can just say what the Akashic Records are and what.
Oh, okay.
Somebody had asked if they're in the other program, in the Enchantress program, if they can still get Akashic Record readings from you. And I put yes, but if you want to give a little more information of what that's like, you can.
Yes, absolutely. So the Akashic Records is the energy around your soul from the beginning of your soul, from the moment that your soul was created till now, okay, and further. It is an energy that surrounds you always, to every person, every living being. And what I do in particular, there's like hundreds of ways of connecting to the Akashic Records, but I connect to through a sacred prayer. I was trained 18 years ago to do this. I'm a certified reader. And what I do is I go into the records through a sacred prayer connected to your name. And there I have access to information for your soul's growth. So it's a type of reading which is questions and answers. So I connect to your energy, you ask me questions, and then I answer you. And it's questions could be about your past lives, about your current life, like advice that you would like from the masters and teachers and guides of the records, as well as your own guides and teachers. So I connect to that energy and I give you information, anything that you want to know. The only thing that is not too clear in the records is the future. So it's not a psychic reading. It's difficult to be able to tell you about the future, but I can talk to you about the past. I can talk to you about the present. Any like relationship issues that you're having, questions, advice, if you need to make a decision, it's really endless. The records are very vast and there's just so much that I can answer through the records, and there's a lot of healing involved. It's an energy reading, so you get healing energy from me as well as answers to your questions.
How can they get a hold of you?
And you can get a hold of me through through WhatsApp as well. And you can also send me, should I put my phone number? You can also text me, message me if you want to personally. You can go through the red tent as well. But Marlu's putting it down for me. What's your number? It's 786-287-5959. So that's my phone number. If you want to text me, you can, or call me. That's fine too. Or through WhatsApp. You can find me in the WhatsApp. Or you can go through the red tent, and that's fine too. Okay. Anybody have any more questions? About the program, about anything, or would you like to share your journey? You can do that too. If there's something significant that came up for you and you'd like to share, or you have any questions about the journey that you went through. Anybody?
Or cord
or
cutting?
the cord cutting, you have any questions about that, or you want to share your experience? This is your moment.
And you can always reach us if something comes up in a few days or a few
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you don't have any questions now, you could always reach us.
Hi, Carmen, Ali, Claudia, Melanie, Lisa.
Hi, everybody. So we're now starting to see, couldn't see everybody that was on at the same time.
I'm going to share my screen just for a second, just so that they see. So we have, this is the www.red10goddess.com/academy. So this is how you do sign up. So we have the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood right here, which is the one that I was telling you. If you are a member, you get the 188 price. And if you're not a member, you can get the 222 price. So you can join here first, join now on the 27 per month, and then you can click the 188 if you're not a member already. And if you don't care to be a member and you just want to get the academy, that's perfectly fine. And you can just click the join now button over here. So everything is set for you. And that's so pretty. And it does have a little bit more information on the independent studies. And you do get to see some of our testimonials here of the Red Tent Goddess Sisterhood and what it's like and how people are excited, a little bit more about who we are, a little bit more about the teachers, the prices. And if you have any asked questions, like what happens after I join, what time are the live sessions, are the courses, class certifications necessary to show up to, everything will be here for you. And we asked a lot of people and got that out for you. So just letting you know that this is where to go. Thank you. I'm complete. Are you girls complete?
Absolutely.
All righty.
Thank you for putting this together, Jazz.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for coming and attending.